in the Rajya Sabha, I'm being told, have begun. Let's dip in.
First, a pleasant duty to greet our honorable members. A pleasant duty to greet our honorable members. Honorable members, I take the opportunity birthdays to wish birthday greetings to honorable members of Parliament, Shri Rajmani Patel.
Thank you.
Dr. Lakshmikant Vajpayee. Srimati Sangeeta Yadav. Honorable members, Shri Rajmani Patel has been a member of this August House.
Pointed out, the monsoon session of Parliament begins today. Our colleagues are standing by. Proceedings in the Rajya Sabha have begun. Senior editor and colleague Pallavi Ghosh joining us on the broadcast. We also have Arunima joining us on the broadcast. Good morning to both of you. Pallavi, let's come to you first. While the opposition had already made its agenda really clear, Manipur being one of the top issues that they wanted to discuss, but post that video, that absolutely horrific and shameful video going viral, how is the opposition planning to escalate, wanting to get some answers as far as the centre is concerned?
Well, as you know, that the Prime Minister did mention the entire Manipur episode, and he also said that this is something which he just cannot accept. But he also gave a word of caution to chief ministers of all the states to ensure that these kind of abusive acts don't take place, particularly against women. And that is what the opposition parties seem to be having an objection to, essentially on two grounds. One, when we have been demanding that the Prime Minister must break his silence, why was it done outside the Parliament? Why can't it be done inside the House, either Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and why not both? Why was this statement made even before the House had reconvened? That's one. Second objection they're also raising is to the fact that the Prime Minister seemed to be clubbing similar acts of violence on women in other states as well. He's particularly mentioning opposition ruled states like Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, for that matter. So and we've been seeing it since morning. Lok Sabha adjourned till 2, Rajya Sabha adjourned once over, and that hangama carrying on, which means that despite the Prime Minister's statement, I don't think it has pacified the opposition parties. They want a full-fledged debate and discussion, one in which the Prime Minister is present in both the houses, and second, it should end up or wrap up with a reply coming in from the Prime Minister. So essentially it means that confrontation between the two of them will continue for quite some time, which also means that we will see repeated adjournments.
As you're rightly pointing out, Pallavi, because it's already begun on such a stormy note, the expectation is that this is only going to escalate, which means it will lead to further adjournments as well. On the issue of Manipur, once again, sources are also indicating to us that it's a possibility that the opposition could send a delegation to Manipur as well. Is that correct?
Well, sporadic delegations have always gone. I mean, if you remember, Rahul Gandhi went there for 2 days. He was accompanied by the former Chief Minister of Manipur as well, and Congress leaders. We just saw yesterday the Trinamool Congress sending a 5-member delegation again for 2 days. What the opposition parties have been demanding is that you finally decided to have an all-party meeting on Manipur, but not in Imphal or in any other part of Manipur. You did it in Delhi. And the second thing, this was done when the Prime Minister was abroad, and this was being chaired by the Home Minister. So what they have been consistently making the demand is, yes, we want another all-party delegation which should go to Manipur, and that's where the next round of meeting must take place, so that we can see for ourselves how bad the situation is, what is it that is happening on the ground, what are the claims of the state government, and of course the government, of course, must accompany this all-party delegation.
Pallavi, we'll just request you to stay on with us. Let's bring in our colleague Arunima also in the conversation. Arunima, taking on from what Pallavi is saying, the entire focus of the opposition now is going to be, and this is something that you were reporting in the morning as well, that considering the fact so many notices have been given, why is the Prime Minister not speaking inside the Parliament? What are the kind of notices that have been given by the opposition, and what is their one-point demand as of now?
Well, different words of these notices, be it Manish Tiwari or be it Gaurav Gogoi in Lok Sabha, even Manikam Tagore, or in Rajya Sabha, Ranjit Ranjan, or even DMK leaders there. So Aam Aadmi Party too has given a notice. So there are multiple political parties from the opposition ranks which have come out. Some say that they want a discussion on Manipur. Some have made a specific reference to the video which has surfaced. Others have asked Ranjit Ranjan's notice, for example, asks why the Prime Minister has kept quiet on Manipur, and she demands a discussion on that. So more or less the issue is the same, trying to get a window, either an adjournment motion or some kind of short duration discussion going to discuss the situation, the law and order situation there, asking the government as to what steps have been taken, considering it's almost 2.5 months now since the cycle of violence began, and then specifically this video. But as and when this discussion begins, there will be a Business Advisory Committee meeting where they will decide, both the opposition and the government representatives are there along with the chair, and they will decide when the Manipur discussion will happen.